Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel. My name is Ash, and I'm here with a review of the Sword and Fairy in 2 game on Nintendo Switch. Now, this is a sort of spin-off set in the Sword and Fairy series. Now, if you don't know what Sword and Fairy is, it's a Chinese RPG series. It started to get more well-known over here. Sword and Fairy 7 has not long been released over here, and there's more coming out as well. I think it was Sword and Fairy Together Forever has just come out. There's been quite a few coming out, and they're sort of growing in sort of popularity over in the West. Now, this game is a sort of cute life sim RPG game in which you basically run an inn or like a restaurant. Now, in this game, you will have to manage this inn and basically deal with all the day-to-day runnings of it, staff, the training, the stock and stuff like that. And on the surface, this just looks like a very simple, chilled, laid-back sort of spin-off, cutesy sort of I'm going to run my business. But actually, there is an absolute ton to this game, and I was honestly shocked at how much content there was. Now, I must admit, it's not the most straightforward when you get into it. There's a lot to be described and explained and stuff like that. And honestly, I seem to totally miss some of the information, or it wasn't presented to me, like, obviously. And I realised I was doing stuff completely different, and as soon as I figured out what I was doing, everything like ramped up for me. I was able to train people, I was able to go out and get new stock, and there's even like a garden where you can grow crops to obviously stock your restaurant and raise livestock and stuff like that. Now, there's obviously a story woven into it as well, and as you progress, you'll unlock new characters from the Sword and Fairy franchise. If you've ever played them, you'll probably know who they are. I've only played one, so I wasn't like well known enough to go, oh, that's that character or anything like that. But the story's fun and lighthearted and stuff like that. It's comical as you're reading along. It's just silly, and I quite like that. Now, when you're running the restaurant, you can assign different staff to different roles, sort of chefs, servers, cleaners, and management. Now, if you assign someone as a manager, they will auto-run the store for you. If you don't set a manager up, you have to sort of press on all of the tables and the clients and etc. to sort of sit them and send them away and stuff. So I quite like having the manager and just setting them off running and everything. Now, every time your characters are at work for a shift, they lose sort of mana and energy. You recoup this by having them rest and sleep and not go to work, or just by picking someone else to do their job. Now, you start off with, like, you can have a couple of people here and there, but as you progress, you can have multiple people in multiple roles. Each of the characters have their own stats. Some of them are better at cooking, some of them are better at serving, some of them are better at cleaning and stuff like that. You can then also train them as well, so you can research dishes, you can get better reviews and stuff like that, which then raises your inn's reputation. You also have like your menu, which you set up every single day, and you can set certain things on the menu and how much stock of each you've got. And then you can also walk around the local village to buy more stock and new items and stuff like that. It's really, really in-depth, and like I say, I was honestly shocked. I was expecting it to be very sort of basic. You know, when you see those cooking sim games, and it's just like, oh, mix the ingredients together, serve them in as quick a time as possible. That's not what I got here. I mean, there's even, as you progress, once you get a bit further into the game, because it does slowly introduce you to it and everything like that, you can eventually then explore the world and find new food and like legendary kitchenware items and stuff, which improve everything and stuff like that. Now, graphically, it's not amazing. Like, it definitely looks like a mobile game. Not that that's a bad thing. Like I say, it's very low poly, sort of chibi style character art and stuff. The UI works well, if not being a little cluttered at times and a bit awkward to sort of use the Switch controls for. But the character drawings and artwork and stuff like that are really great as well. And like I say, once you build up, you've got things fishing for you. You've got like pigs and everything in your pen with like cows. You've got all your sort of grain and your crops growing. Really good. There's also then loads of mini games as well to be found. There's some way like battle people and stuff like that by doing like it's like triggers. Like you have to press them in the correct order faster than your opponent basically to beat them in these cooking fights and stuff. And there's other mini games as well to be found. So it keeps you on your toes. It mixes it up as you go on. But honestly, there's quite a lot to it, and I haven't even scratched the surface. There's still more to it. It's definitely one of those games there, when you get to a certain point, you can sort of leave it to sort of manage itself a good chunk of the time. But when you start off, you're very much hands-on, in the weeds, trying to make sure everything's stocked and everything's good to go, everything's cleaned, everyone's getting the right training and stuff like that. But, like I say, it does help you with the manager option, obviously, for those that want a simpler sort of gameplay loop. But overall, really fun game. Like I say, it's available right now on Switch. It's also available on Steam as well as other systems. I believe it's coming to Xbox and PlayStation if it's not out on them already. So check it out. It also has a really nice collector's edition physically, if that's something you're interested in. It's priced at £17.99 on the Nintendo Switch store. And all in all, like I say, I was honestly surprised by this. I wasn't expecting it to be as interesting and as in-depth as it ended up being. So I'm looking forward to sort of seeing more from this franchise going forward. But that's it for this video, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. If you have, hit that like button, hit subscribe, and we'll see you soon for more content. Bye for now.